I looked up at the cabins and saw Jose move from one to the other, carrying a plastic tray of objects found in the field. He waved at us, and I stared back. "Nice guy, that," said Mikey, holding up his good arm. "You think so?" "Aye," he said. "Why not?" I shook my head as in, I better not say. "What?" he demanded. "Go on." "It's just... I don't like to say this, but they were really laying into you last night when you pulled your wee disappearing act. It was ugly." He blew air from his mouth dismissively. "No, they weren't." "It's true," I said. "I had to walk away. I couldn't listen to it." "Fuck off." I sat down in the ditch with my legs crossed. I leant against the wall. "Don't believe me if you don't want. No skin off my nose." "No," he said. "Tell me." I shook my head. "Just calling you a Mongo, calling you a spastic, calling you thick as shit." Mikey turned away from me and put his hands on his hips. Then he turned back. "No way. Why would I make that up? I felt sick." He kicked some dirt down into the ditch and made a watery sound in his throat. "Man," he said. I let him have his little tantrum, and we got back to work. We went straight through until finishing time, and then Fia gave us a run down the road. She told us Duncan was too sick to drive. He'd been thrown up in the cabin all day. "Just hope Mr. Raymond doesn't show up," I laughed. Fia made a cross with her fingers over her breast and laughed. "Heaven forbid." I found myself to be exhausted by the time we were home. I lay across the armchair with my head on the arm and slept. It nourished me, and I woke up stronger than ever. Mikey was sat up at the kitchen table, looking at an atlas he'd dug up somewhere. "Fancy the pub?" I said. "Aye," he said. "Go on then." I could barely make him out over the noise the pub was making. Putting my fingers in my other ear, I hunched over the phone. "Say that again?" I said. The toad huffed. "I said that what you said was very interesting. So all that nonsense, all that ribs and fallow, that was all bollocks." "Aye." "How do I prove it?" "How should I know? Get someone to check it out." I could hear the toad's mouth moving at the other end of the line, his lips smacking, his teeth touching, the air leaving his nose. "I was hoping for something more concrete." "Look," I said, checking over my shoulder. "Just get someone to check it out. You'll see." "So? What about my pocket?" "What about your pocket?" "You said that." "I know what I said," laughed the toad. "I'm only messing around. I'll see you at the site, okay?" I said, "Okay," and replaced the receiver. I went into the toilet there for the first time. It was empty, and I had one of those old-fashioned ceramic urinals where the piss runs along a gutter at the edge of the floor. I spat into it, then pissed into it. I washed my hands in the sink and watched my face as it moved around inside the greenish mirror. There I was. I smiled at myself, and myself smiled back. That was a winner's face. I hated it so much. I scowled at it and then pinched myself on the cheek. Mikey had already finished his first pint and was itching for a second. The dirty monk was still off, so I asked for the usual. The barmaid screwed up her face. "The usual?" "2 of what we usually ask for." "I've never seen you before," she said, her bun wobbling. 2 pints of Tennent's, I said. As I brought the pints over, the pleasure must have